And yes, and here is your formal welcome to Sing With Me number 130. Right? Where did the time go? So let's sit upright, shoulders relaxed. And what's happening to Paul? He goes in and out. And we are going to go phrase by phrase. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. Okay? I da 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 da. I da 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 da. So second time round we go down, first time round we go up.
Actually, come fast.
To mute. Yeah? Josephine, you saying something? You said something? No? Okay. Okay. So, first time up, second time down. And here we go from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da da going up. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. More time. One more time. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. Da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. B section. I die, 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 I die, 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 die. And then we have tie, da, die, da, die, die. Same ending as in the beginning. Die, 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 and again. Tie, die, die, die. I die, 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 die. I da, die, die, I die, 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 die. So it's like a variation. The beginnings of the B section are higher and the endings are the same. Okay, tie, die, die, let's go. I die, 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 I die, 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 die. I da, die, da, die, 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 I da, da, going up. I die, 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 I die, 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 die. I da, die, die, I die, 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 die. All right? Are you all sitting upright? Are you all vocalizing properly? Hopefully you're knowing your neighbors, right? Jaws relaxed. My dentist told me not to tense my jaw. Apparently in the pandemic, teeth have become worse and people's, what's it called, pricus, bite has become worse. Interesting observation, so let's really relax our jaws. And we go from the beginning again. I da 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 da. I die, 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 die. I da 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 da. I 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 da 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 da. Just so we can warm up. And I da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. I 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 da 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 da. this tune. It goes tie, tie, ay, 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 tie, die, 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 die. It goes somewhere else. So for today, we just do this one more time. I've switched to gallery view on, so I want to see you singing. And today's song is quite short, so let me see how you are. And give this tune a bit more upbeat energy, because the song we're going to sing is not that upbeat as Yiddish songs go. Okay. This is from Beregovsky, by the way. Number 3, I think, in the Beregovsky, you know, the collector of Ukrainian, mostly Jewish tunes. Number 3, I think, Nigunim. Let's go. Ay da 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 da. 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 Ay da 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 da. I don't see you singing. B section one more time. Okay, good. Yeah, you're smiling. You're in good mood. Right. Now, talking of Moyshe Kulbak, I know that there are some lovers of Yiddish poetry here. And, you know, when I was choosing what to teach, sometimes I just need to do something easy for me. I apologize, and I admit it's easy for me to teach a song that I've written. And I know. So today was one of these. I was so preoccupied by this the crown thing. I just thought, I can teach this. It's a great poem, though. But I've come across Moyshe Kulbak's poetry lots in my, I don't know, Yiddish life. And I have read quite a lot of his poems, and most of it, in my understanding, is quite, you know, he lived in that time, you know, beginning of past century and through the war and all that. So there is a lot of darkness in his poetry. And to me, I think he's one of the most kind of depressive Yiddish poets. I don't know how you feel about Kulbak, but he is also one of the most beautiful and expressive Yiddish poets. Very much like an expressionist. He's actually an expressionist. And what I like about his poetry is that it can be interpreted in many different ways. It can be interpreted as a plain story, or it can be interpreted as like this big internal, personal, me and the world kind of existential doubt kind of thing. So today's poem is, I think, one of these. You are saying hello to each other. That's allowed. Chat is open. If you would like to do that, it's always there. But now I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're looking at the poem. Here is the Yiddish. Could anyone read just the first 2 verses in Yiddish so we could hear the music of the poetry? Who wants to do that? Anyone? Anyone wants to volunteer and read us just the first 2?
Yes, why not?
Yes, please. Yeah, go for it.
I wonder for my eyes if it's better on screen or on paper.
Oh, you have it on paper. Oh.
I have both. Yes, because when I hear Moyshe Kulbak, I print.
Right, yeah, yeah.
2 Menschen, was wohnen a Tier, le Mantir, leben a Tier, le Matir. 2 Schreinim, 2 Bachurim, Heuche. A Mädel dix eins und a Brie, a Bleiche. In mir, in mir, in mir. 2 Menschen, was wohnen a Tier, le Matir.
Yeah, and one more.
Ich schlaf. plötzlich, don't move the screen.
Oh, you're reading from there. Okay, okay, okay.
Ich schlaf. Plötzlich schuchen sich Emmetsons Hand. Als einer geht schlafen, steht auf der zweite. Wickelt voneinander a schottendick Leiter und kriegt auf die Wand. Auf die Wand. Auf die Wand. Und kriegt auf die Wand, auf die Wand, auf die Wand. Ich schlaf, plötzlich schuchen sich Emmetsons Hand.
So everyone, thank you very much. So now we can see that there is a repetition. The first line and the last one is repeated, and we have in mir, in mir, in mir. Or we have auf die Wand, auf die Wand, auf die Wand. These kind of rhythmical repetitions, they're beautiful. So here is the meaning. Two people who live next door to each other, door to door. Two neighbors, two young lads, tall ones. A girly, kind of a feminine one, and a creature, a bloiche. Bloiche is pale, is it?
Yes, pale.
A pale creature in me. In me, in me. And suddenly here everything changes, right? You think it's actually two neighbors, but no, in me, in me, in me. Zwei Menschen, two people, was wohnen a Tier lematir, that live door to door. Ich schlaf, I sleep. Suddenly, I feel someone's hand. As one goes to sleep, the other one gets up. Wickelt voneinander. He kind of unfolds under the shadowy ladder.
Yeah? Made from volcans, made from shade, made from obscurity.
Right. So it's a ladder made from shadows, right? What do you say?
Yes, from
right?
shadows.
Yeah, and he crawls onto the wall, up the wall, up the wall. I sleep. Suddenly I feel someone's hand. So we're going to stop here. Let me see your faces. Is anyone scared yet?
Yes.
Anyone scared yet? It's interesting. It's that internal split, right? Okay, I'm going to play you the tune. Let me share the music with you so you can watch. Let's go in this key. It'll be quite low. Let's go here. Ta da 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 da. Ta da 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 da. Ta da. So I'll sing it with text, and because it's quite understandable even if you don't know Yiddish, singing it with text I think makes a lot of sense. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tier lematir, zwei Schönen, zwei Bachorim heuche. It should be a Mädeldix, sorry, it should be a Mädeldix. A Mädeldix eins und a Brie habe Leuche in a Meer, in a Meer, in a Meer. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tier lematir. What do you say? How is that for you? Is the tune easy-ish? Is it okay to pick up? Yeah? All right, Emerson's hand. Emerson's hand, someone's hand.
Was that a point that should have been a voinen? Did I see a B there?
Show me where, wait a second.
Last line of the transliteration. Was that boinen or voinen?
Voinen, or it should be voinen. What does it say?
Yeah. No, in the music.
Was voinen a Tier lematir. Was voinen, yeah, it's voinen a Tier lematir. The mistake is taildeldix. It should be Mädeldix here.
And also the next line, boinen on the
You
music.
have boinen with a B instead of a V.
On the music.
The last line.
Oh, here. Oh my God, I'm sorry. You know what? Let's learn the tune and then just look at this. This should be more correct. My usual. Right, I'm going to sing the tune one more time, and then we're going to just read the text and put it to music and enjoy the meaning and see what happens next in the poem. All right, first verse, sing with me. Zwei Menschen, wo sie wohnen, a Tier, lema Tier. Zwei Schönen, zwei Bachurim, Heuche. A Mädel, nix ein zu na Briach, aber Leuche. In a Meer, in a Meer, in a Meer. Zwei Menschen, wo sie wohnen, a Tier, lema Tier. How is the tune? Let's check. Da 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 Now I was playing it, it sounded to me like an English ballad in a way, somehow. I don't know why. Okay, chat. Oif, af, yeah, af, oif, it's the smallest of our worries because of all the typos and things. Now, let's see, do you think, let me see you. Do you think the tune is okay, kind of there? I'd like us to put the second verse to it, second verse. So I forget the typos in the music. I'm going to just show text here. So let's hope there are fewer typos in the text. This was 20 years ago when this file was put together. And I just checked it recently. I obviously didn't check well enough. Ich schlaf, so I sleep, right? Let's read that second verse. Ich schlaf, let's go slowly. 1 and 2. I can't indicate it here. Second verse. Ich schlaf, plötzlich tjuchen sich Emmetsens Hand. Als einer geht schlafen, steht auf der Zweiter. Wickelt voneinander Schotten die Kleider und kriecht auf die Wand, auf die Wand, auf die Wand. Ich schlaf, plötzlich tschuchen sich Emmetsens Hand. Right? How is that? Emmetsens, again, I notice it's in the Yiddish here. But here it's just Emerson. It should be someone's hand. So I sleep and I feel someone's hand. What happens in the third verse? Let's look at it. Unamol. Yeah, see that here?
Excuse me. It's not I feel. It's the hands of somebody wake up. Sich auszuchen is to wake up. So it doesn't mean he feels them, but the meaning is
a hand wakes me up.
No, hands are waking up. So
Chuchen, in Russian we have chuchet, we have chuchen, exactly the same word.
Mm-hmm.
And what do Paul, Esther, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know an exact translation for chuchen. To me, chuchet, it's kind of sense, really. It's to sense. It's almost like to smell, to sense. I don't know. Isabel, yeah. Is chuchen wake up?
No,
okay.
Sober up. It's neutral. It's
chuchen, not chuchen. Oh,
it's chuchen. Yeah, chuchen.
What do you read? What do you read?
It says stir or awake, stir, like to awaken. Yeah.
Oh, someone's hand wakes me up, right? Something like this then?
No, awaken
and stir. Yeah.
They are waking up.
That's what
it's not they are waking me up.
All right, give me a proper translation into English, please. My English is a second language.
The hands are
the idea
stirring.
that the hand itself is waking up as though it's independent of the body.
Right, so the hand wakes up. Someone's hand wakes up. All right, okay.
Save this for Halloween.
It's even more mysterious than I thought. Okay, great. Okay, so let's look at the third verse. Unamol, Is that where we are? Yeah. Und einmal, wenn man sitzt bei a Gläserle Wein, and once in a while, when one sits with a with a glass of wine, es trefft, es trefft, allerweil soll nicht treffen, it happens, why wouldn't it, right? Das Menschele tut da natürlich uneffen, the little man opens the door und speit in upon him rein and spits me in the face. Oh, amol, wenn man sitzt bei a Gläserle Wein. Oh, once in a while when I sit with a glass of wine. Nice! Right, more scared people running away? Okay, let's put this to music. Un amor. So you see, it's rhythmically slightly different, so you need to squeeze all the syllables into the music. Let's go 1 and 2. Un amor, wenn man sitzt bei a Gläserle Wein. Es trefft, allerweil soll nicht treffen. Das Menschele tut da natürlich uneffen und speit in upon him rein. Wenn man sitzt bei a Gläserle Wein. Okay. We kind of have gone through the whole text. We've heard all the scary things that we needed to hear. What happens at the end is the repetition of the first verse. Two neighbors live next door to each other. Yeah? So what do you think this is about? I want to know what you think. We will bring the whole song together. What do you think?
I think it's the two sides of the poet, the two sides of his mentality. And here's one of them.
Well, I think he's talking about the.
Go on, Beth.
He's talking about the cowardly element within himself that holds him back.
Oh.
And that whenever he thinks about doing, he's equating the feminine side of himself. He's calling it a feminine side of himself, and he's saying that is holding him back from whatever he thinks he should be doing in the middle of the night. His fear of whatever it is he thinks he should be doing comes to him.
Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Really, I didn't think of it in quite that way. Right.
Well,
thanks, Beth. What do others think? Interesting.
To start with, I think the main theme is that there's no unity of self, right? It seems as if sometimes what we feel as a unity of self has multiple components. It might even be contradictory to one another, and sometimes they even surface to one of the parts of the self viewing the other part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's many ways to go back to this.
Observation of that other person, of other side of one's personality.
Side, person, part. There's many versions of it. Depends on where you want to go, which tradition.
Yeah. Interesting, right? Anyone else? Before we sing it one more time, we'll make it really scary. Leslie, go.
Just curious about how it ends.
It doesn't. We don't know.
The hand is still out there.
It begins again.
We don't know. We don't know.
It just repeats that same
It
word.
Repeats itself.
It's two parts here, right? So it is two parts of the self. And there's two specific parts that they're not breaking into more parts.
No.
Or at least they're always in dialogue. Even if it's three parts, it's the first with the second, and then the second with the third. Or the first with the second, the first and the third. But anyway.
Polina,
I don't know if
do
they're
you
in
know when
dialogue
it-
as
Sorry.
I don't know if they're in dialogue as much as in they're struggling. It's more of a yeah. It's
Struggling
dialogue is
is
peaceful for what's going
yeah,
on.
I connect with that. It's a struggle. It's an inner struggle with the two. Yeah.
But there's a narrating
And a
self
terror inside of
that
him.
observes, right?
There
The
is an
narrating.
observer, exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Do you know, Polina, when this poem was written?
You know what? I looked far and wide for when exactly he wrote it, and I could not find it. If anyone can help me and do a search, I could not find the date. I don't think he wrote it in his German period in the 20-something, 30. I don't think it's then. It doesn't sound like that. It could have been earlier, but I don't know. Beth, do you know?
No, but I would search in the Yiddish Book Center.
I did. I
probably
searched for that particular poem. Maybe it's part of
Yeah.
something else, but I
It should be
couldn't
in,
find-
well, should be in one of the collections. You did look in there?
I did look at
did.
the Yiddish Book Center and I put zwei Moyshe Kulbak in Yiddish and I couldn't find it. It wasn't there. Strangely, it's in one of his book. What I have is a JPEG of a page from a book, a Yiddish JPEG. That's
Yeah,
all
do
I
you know
have.
what, but you don't know what book that was?
No, it was 20 years ago. So, right. There's stuff in yeah, it's one. Yeah, we started at 6, Beth. Sorry, Deborah. Let's go. Let's sing it one more time. Let's see how you feel. So, first of all,
about the context, I mean, when it was written or more things.
you see, I
for us
don't
to-
know. That might help us to understand what he meant. There is also another way of looking at creations of art, music and poetry and so on, which is it should mean something on its own without us necessarily knowing its context. I like that too. It's sometimes even more
Or it
interesting.
is a mirror, right? I mean, you see yourself within it. So when you interpret it, you're actually, it is like an ambiguous figure which reflects what's here, not what's there
Mhm.
when you see it. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
I would say it's not an early poem,
Mhm.
and it's more toward the time where he began to be entangled in the
Towards the end, after Germany, like
in the surrealist
yeah,
things of the communist regime.
yeah, it's
My guess
very
that-
very possible. It feels
I
to
may
me like
be
that
wrong,
too. Yeah,
but
yeah,
He,
yeah,
he
yeah.
died young, right? What did he die of?
Oh,
of
he
the
ended
regime,
badly.
exactly, of the communist regime.
Yeah, yeah.
He was killed by Stalin.
Yeah, he was one of these Yiddish poets.
Uh,
All right, listen, let's sing, okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's sing. So let me just make sure that everyone is muted, otherwise it'll be messy. Okay, let's explore the depths of how we connect with this, if we do. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tier, lematir. Zwei Schönen, zwei Bachurim, hoiche. A Mädel dix eins und a Bria bloche. In mir, in mir, in mir. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tier, lematir. Ich schlaf, plötzlich tschuchen sich Emersons Hand. Als einer geht schlafen, steht auf der Zweiter. Wickelt voneinander, Schatten die Kleider und kriecht auf die Wand, auf die Wand, auf die Wand. Ich schlaf, plötzlich tschuchen sich Emersons Hand. Amor, wenn man sitzt bei a Glas alle Wein, es trifft, alle Wein soll nicht treffen, das Menschen tut dann a Tirl und Effen und speit in a Ponem rein. Oh amor, wenn man sitzt bei a Glas alle Wein. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tier, lematir. Zwei Schönen, zwei Bachurim, hoiche. A Mädel dix ein zu a Bria bloiche. In mir, in mir, in mir. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tier, lematir. Dark, isn't it? Right. I promised to bring you a happy song about spring, next time. It was interesting yesterday in my class for the Arbitering, for the Workers' Circle. We discussed a poem by David Hofstein, and it struck me how personal, how personal experiences were changing people's perspective on what the poem was about. The poem was about a journey of a child through the field, and it was also kind of mysterious and symbolic, and whether it was a personal journey, just somebody, just a child going home, or if it's just a person going through these fields of the unknown through their life. It really very much depends on how we feel and what we want to see. And it's easier maybe with not as abstract ways of expression as words, but with music, it's easier to interpret our own way. At the same time, words are also twistable and changeable and flexible. And maybe it's, sometimes we think that we understand what they mean, but maybe we don't. Because in this kind of poetry of that period of time, mid-1900s, dark kind of life. Remember Shostakovich, he had to live this double life like many of the artists of that time. There is a lot of that space for interpretation. So I suggest we sing it one more time, and then I'll bring your mood up by singing Niggun one more time, okay? La 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 Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tir, lematir, zwei Schäden, zwei Baurim heuche, a Mädel dix ein so na Bria bloiche, in mir, in mir, in mir. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tir, lematir, schlaf plötzlich tjuchen sich emmensens Hand. Als einer geht schlafen, steht auf der Zweiter, wickelt voneinander, schatten die Kleider und kriecht auf die Wand, auf die Wand, auf die Wand. Ich schlaf plötzlich tjuchen sich emmensens Hand. Und am Morgen man sitzt bei a gläserner Wein. Es trefft, alle Weihe soll nicht treffen. Das Menschele tut dann a Tirl anheffen und speit in a Ponem a rein. Und am Morgen man sitzt bei a gläserner Wein. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tir, lematir. Zwei Schäden, zwei Bachurim heuche. A Mädel dix ein so na Bria bloiche. In a Meer, in a Meer, in a Meer. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tir, lematir. Nein, 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 nein. Nein, 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 nein. Nein, 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 nein. Zwei Menschen, was wohnen a Tir, lematir. All right. Look.
Polina, I just
Yeah.
wanted to say what a beautiful setting that is. That's very
Thanks, Robin. I think, to me, I don't know, I hope that it connects with the text, with the spookiness and with that Emir, Emir. Yeah, thank you. You know, it's tricky, but also Kulbak's poetry is amazingly inspiring. I wrote this other cycle that I discovered, a wedding cycle that he wrote in Berlin in 1924 or something, like 23, 24, and it's completely idyllic. It's a beautiful couple who love each other. They're sitting at the table. They're kind of caressing each other's hand under the table with all these arranged marriages, all that nonsense, all that attachment to Yiddish weddings, and all that sad poetry. We have this beautiful family and coming together, and all they bring beautiful foods, and they're dancing together, and they're happy, and everyone is happy. It's a happy wedding. What an interesting thing to write in 1924 in Germany. Whether it's that split personality where he wanted to be happy and he wanted to present this idyllic side that was going and was completely impossible at the time is another question. Very interesting, but his poetry is very rhythmical and very beautiful and very musical. So yeah, Moyshe Kulbak, read Moyshe Kulbak. Okay, I hope that was a little bit of some kind of a self-reflection and observation of one's split, whatever we call them, sides of oneself. But now we're going back to Berezovsky. They're like an abstract poetry or poem. They can be turned into anything. After that song, the nigun sounds differently, isn't it? Let me hear you sing. to singing. Thank you very much for joining me today. Next time we're singing a happy spring song, and the time after we're singing a Russian song. I'll choose something not too sad for you, but hopefully with a beautiful melody. Okay? Good. Thank you very much, L'chaim, and have a lovely week, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you, Polina.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.